For years, humanity believed the Hive was silent and the queen long dead. But deep beneath the ruined colony, something stirs. Something ancient, vengeful, and reborn. The lights in the observation tower flickered once, twice, then went dark. For a moment, only the blinking red beacon atop the tower offered any life in the otherwise dead colony. Hadley's hope had been abandoned for years, left behind after the final xenomorph war had ended in smoke, blood, and fire. Officially, the Queen had been destroyed. The Hive was purged. Skynet confirmed it. Earth accepted it. But deep below the charred crust of LV-426, something else knew better. A low vibration started beneath the surface, faint as breath, rippling through the dormant tunnels like a forgotten heartbeat. The Hive had not died. It had slept. And now, it was waking. At Control Station Vega, 30 light-years away, a technician named Darnell Winters frowned at the anomaly appearing on his monitor. He zoomed in on the geothermal feed from LV-426. Movement, heat patterns, spikes in bioelectric fields. All the signatures they used to classify Hive activity back in the war. "No," he whispered. "That can't be right." He ran the data twice, then again, then sent a secure ping to Colonial Command. Within minutes, emergency protocols activated. The words "dormant Hive reactivation suspected" blinked across monitors. Colonel Isha Trent stared at the feed with cold eyes. Her face had seen decades of war, first against rebels, then synthetics, then the Hive. She had helped burn the Queen's body herself, watched it melt beneath plasma fire. "Prepare a recon drop," she ordered. No mistakes this time. The response team was assembled in less than 4 hours. Captain Ryland Voss led the squad. 5 elite Marines, 1 synthetic, and 2 atmospheric scientists. Their mission was simple: confirm the anomaly, extract data, destroy if necessary. The ship Argonaut dropped through the skies of LV-426 under sulfur-stained clouds. The old structures of Hadley's Hope were barely standing, twisted metal skeletons half consumed by ash. The air was thick, but breathable. Silent. Still. Too still. "Looks like a tomb," whispered Corporal Lane. "Let's hope it stays that way," Voss replied. They entered through the main shaft where the old Hive tunnels once twisted like veins through the earth. The structure was cold, dry, abandoned. "I'm not seeing anything live," said Owens, the synthetic, tapping his scanner. No movement, no heat signatures. But deep within, the walls began to sweat. The further they moved, the more things changed. The steel walls began giving way to something else, something organic. Sinewy resin. Fused bone-like structures. Black, wet, alive. "Jesus," murmured Lane. "This wasn't here before, right?" "No," Voss said. "This wasn't on any previous scans." Then the scanner chirped. 1 dot, then 2, then 17. "Movement," Owens said flatly. "Small. All around us." A hiss echoed down the tunnel. They raised weapons. Flashlights danced across the walls. Nothing. Then a shriek. A drone burst from the ceiling, black and glistening, striking the scientist Malik before he could scream. Blood hit the wall in a fan of red. "Contact! Fire!" Voss yelled. Bullets tore the darkness. Drones scuttled across walls behind shadows. But these weren't like the old ones. They were faster, smarter, coordinated. "They're using tactics," Voss shouted. "They've adapted," Owens replied, firing into the ceiling. But even as they fought, the Hive shifted. The walls pulsated. The heat signatures began changing, forming a shape. Large. Centralized. "What is that?" Lane asked. Owens paused. "It's a new queen." "No," whispered Voss. The queen is dead. We burned her. The floor cracked beneath them. They fell into darkness. When they awoke, only 5 remained. The others were gone, dragged off, cocooned, or worse. The chamber they were in was massive. The walls glowed faintly. Egg sacs pulsed. Resin coated every inch. And in the center, rising like an ancient god, was the queen. But not the one they remembered. She was different, taller, armored in blackened plates with glowing veins, and fused into a throne of bone and machine. Her crown was scarred by plasma burns. One eye glowed green, mechanical. Cybernetic implants pulsed in her chest. She had survived. She had evolved. "What is she?" whispered Trent over comms. "A hybrid," Owens replied. "She integrated Skynet tech. She's part machine." The queen stirred. She looked at them, into them. Owens froze. "She's in my head," he said. Then the hive moved. The walls undulated as drones emerged. Dozens of them, crawling from shadow and smoke. Voss raised his rifle. "We're not making it out." "Maybe we don't have to," Owens said. "I can link to her. If I overload my core, I might take the hive with me." "You'll die." "She's already inside me." The queen roared. The hive echoed it, deafening. Voss nodded. Owens stepped forward, arms raised. The queen did not attack. She welcomed him. He approached the throne. Touching her chest, the lights on his arm turned red. "Tell my sister I kept the promise," he whispered. Then he triggered the overload. The explosion was silent at first. Light bloomed from the queen's chest, spreading through the hive like fire through oil. Walls cracked. Screams erupted. Drones thrashed and melted. Voss and the others ran. The tunnels collapsed behind them. Fire roared up from the deep. Argonaut lifted seconds before the blast crater swallowed the ruins of Hadley's Hope. In orbit, silence returned. But no one spoke. They had seen something they couldn't explain, something impossible. A dead queen reborn, a hive rebirthed, and a question left behind like an echo in space. What if she wasn't the only one?